Organize Me Radio, Episode 70, Professional Organizers Latinas. I'm Naeemah Ford Goldson. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Organize Me Radio. I'm Naeemah Ford Goldson, and today's guest is the owner of CeliOrganizer. Please welcome Celi Viloria. Welcome, Celi.
Hi, Naeemah. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to learn a little bit more about Professional Organizers Latinas, which you are one of the founders of. But first, I'd like to get to know a little bit more about you. So, can you tell us, how did you get your start in the organizing industry?
So it was a path of going through self-discovery, not like what I like. I moved from Venezuela, and I started like a new life, a new everything. I'm an accountant by profession, and I didn't want to be stuck and behind a desk. So I knew that, and then I started like thinking, so what are my passions? What do I like? And it came with like I'm always organizing or cleaning my house, and but I of course I didn't know that that was a profession. So I did my research, and I discovered everything about Mary Kondo by the time, and I was like, oh, that sounds amazing. Then I started my business. I didn't think it a lot, so it came so natural. In the few days, I just have my first clients, and then it was just it happened so fast, but so beautiful that I love it.
So, you said you came from Venezuela. What made you decide to come to the United States?
So it was a bit very hard living in Venezuela by the time I left, and I have my sister here, so that was the main reason. Um, but as soon as I started living here, I love it, and also all the support that I have. Yeah, I feel this is my home now, and I love it.
I think that's great. I think, having the support of family is so important. I feel the same way. I don't have a whole lot of family in Atlanta. Most of my family is in the Midwest and Nebraska, but whenever I can get like someone to come move out here or something like that, I love it. I think that's important. And I think that's also important with, having support with your business as well, because a lot of times family is there for support, whether it's listening to you or just listening to what you're going through, or whether it's
Yes.
helping you with something or being an extra set of hands. So I get it, like being around family is so helpful. Okay, so tell me what your organizing specialty is.
So we do everything, but our specialty is creating functional spaces for our clients. So we tailor the systems that we can help them make their lives so much better, makes their routines better. So we can do whatever spaces, but it's just that focus on how we can create better systems, functional, but also we add that stylish, that we can make everything beautiful as well.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier you are one of the founders of Professional Organizers Latinas, and that's the reason why we're chatting with you today, because I want to learn a little bit more about it. Can you tell me what made you all decide to start this group, and then who are the other founders?
We were a group of eight. We are Vianney Alonso from One Drawer at a Time. She's based in Chicago. There is Marian Bello from Mayam Organizer. She is in Florida. Diana, her business is I'm Organizing by Diana. She's in Florida as well. Um, at the beginning was Katia from a Flutter. She's in Puerto Rico. Yvonne. Yvonne is Organizing by Yvonne. She is in Houston, Texas. And Xiomara from Lily's Organizing. She's all over US because she's on the road. So we are a group that we met to different paths in our organizing business. And then we did this retreat that we did our own trip as a just as the friends, right? We went to St. Augustine, Florida, and we were having fun, but we had this chat where we could grow together, make some questions, learn, and sharing our experiences. And so, since we are all Latinas, we are always speaking Spanish. And then when we were in that trip, we were realizing like this is so powerful, and we can help other women in the community grow up with us. That we love. Some of us are already teaching, coaching, so we like to teach. And the reason that we did it is because there was a like a lack of this community in Spanish, because there are some other communities like Nepo, and all these retreats that are amazing, but everything is in English. And of course, some of us speak both English and Spanish, but there are others that they only speak Spanish. So we wanted to, like be more comfortable speaking in Spanish in your own language, growing together in our own Latina community. That's why we decided to create this group.
I love that. I feel like there's nothing like, having things in common with other people in that support. We know, you and I both know that this is an industry that is dominated by white women, right? So having these groups, like subgroups within our group, is necessary. For me, it was helping to create NABPO. For you, it's helping to create Professional Organizers Latinas. And I definitely understand how, it's more comforting when there's someone who
Yes.
speaks your language and you don't have to think in the other language and, things like that. So I applaud you and all the other founders for coming up with the group. I definitely think that these groups are necessary within our organizing community. So, who does Professional Organizers Latinas serve, and what are the benefits of being a part of your group?
So we serve the Latino community all around US and in the world if you would like to come. What our goal is to have this community where you can feel at home and you can feel that we can grow together. So we have the thought that shining, you can shine by yourself and do great things by yourself, but when you shine with others and you help others shine, you will shine more. um it's so beautiful to have um someone and to help others grow, and the experience that some of us has, and adding and sharing that with the community, it is great. Because when you're starting, and talking about myself, when I started, I didn't have anybody, and I didn't know any other organizer. So when I started to know others, I feel, and it was an amazing feeling, because you can have, if you are a lawyer, you can find a lawyer everywhere. But by the time that I started, now we have more organizers all over USA and in the world. But when I started, it was not that common. So talking with someone that understands you, it is great. So having this community, um, it is fantastic, because you have the resources, you can grow together, you can learn, you can talk about your problems, and yes, that's the reason. And yes, we serve to the Latino community, so everybody that speaks Spanish is welcome. Um, it doesn't matter if you are have experience already in your business, or you're just starting, or you might think that you want to start in this business. We're here for you.
Okay, so I have to ask the question. So there are some organizers who are Latina who maybe were raised in the United States and maybe they don't speak Spanish or maybe they understand it but they don't speak it fluently. Um are those people allowed to join?
So everybody is allowed to join. The thing is, we will be speaking in Spanish only. So if you want to learn Spanish, and then you're welcome. But yes, so our goal is to focus only in the Spanish community, because there are already, so that was the reason why we created, because there is an English, there are communities that speak English already, but that was why. So talking in Spanish, and so you can understand everything better, feel yourself at home. Yes.
Okay, so I know our industry is dominated by women, but are men allowed to join your organization?
I will have to ask, but it's mainly women. I understand. I know that we have, and I know some men already in the Latino community. But we want to support women. Yeah, we want to focus on that. We may in the future, I don't know. Um, but right now we are only women based, and I I think it's sometimes it's different the approach as well. Um, so we're kind of a sisters. So
Okay, I love it. I too think it's important for women to support other women, and I love it. And I applaud you for doing what you're doing because I think that you all are blazing the trail. You know, when it comes to creating a community that you're comfortable in within the organizing industry. What types of things do you do within your group? Do you have events? Do you have meetings? Tell us a little bit more about it.
so we're pretty new, and we're just gonna have our first reunion on February. And we are so excited. We're gonna have a reunion in Fort Lauderdale, Georgia, Florida, and we are so excited. It's gonna be really soon. We're gonna be there on the 26th. It's gonna be a 3-day retreat, and it was so beautiful that all these women, they want to be together, learn, and we were sold out in just a few days that we started to sell it, and that makes us really happy that they trust us. They wanted to be with us. They they want to be in this community. So we're so excited preparing this retreat, and you know, we're just in the final details to make everything so special for them.
So, I definitely think that with it selling out so quickly, it shows that there was a need for this and that it was long overdue. So happy for you guys for doing that. It sounds like your retreat's going to be really fun. For someone who is considering joining, but they're not sure, what would you say to them?
I will say that you're so welcome to come. We're gonna just draw together from all the experiences. And yes, I will say that we're creating this platform that we can learn together. We can create experiences, we can share experiences, and make everything so much easier. Us as entrepreneurs, we don't want you to be alone, because sometimes we are doing everything by ourselves, and having someone that is right in your hand and can grow with you and release all the, all the jobs that we have, because we are not only organizers, we do everything. So it makes everything so much easier. It, it make it make it makes everything to enjoy really, because sometimes we create, or we go to this path because we love organizing, but we may not love doing our taxes or marketing, but we also have to do everything in that. But to have the tools and creating, sharing all the experiences, so what do you do versus what I do, and maybe you tell me that you do this differently, and then open those doors to other tools that I can use, and we can share everything in there. That's the reason. That's the reason, because the community is everything. Being by yourself, it's hard. It's hard. So having someone to that understands you and is in the same business, that doesn't have like any price. That's the best feeling, because you don't feel alone.
I love that. I love it. Okay. So, switching gears, now I want to go back to you. So, one of my favorite things to ask everyone who comes on the show is what are some of your favorite organizing products?
Turntables, they're some functional, but I will say the one that I love the most are bamboo dividers or drawers dividers. Right now, I'm loving everything all that the Container Store is having in their new lines, the Everything Organized. Their products are, I feel that they're really hearing us, as a professional organizers. But I will say, yes, definitely turntables and drawer dividers.
Okay. I love those too. Okay.
Yes.
So, now can you tell me what is your greatest professional achievement?
It will be, it is when I touch a life, or I can improve a life of my clients. If I can make their routines better, I know that my job is done over there. So, like those families or businesses that trust you and have served hundreds of families, improving their lives. When they send you those little texts like, you just changed my life, or my morning was so much easier because of you. And like, I feel in love with my home again. That's why. That's everything for me. Like, there's no word that could replace that feeling. It's like, I love what I do and I love organizing, but I always wanted to be there when the family see and they are like, "Oh my God," that reaction. That's everything. I do everything just for that moment.
I love that. Celi, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate you taking the time, letting us get to know a little bit more about you and about Professional Organizers Latinas. Can you tell us how everyone can find out more about you and your organization?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as CeliOrganizer on CeliOrganizer.com. And for my Latinas, you can find us on Pro Organizers Latinas on Instagram, and our website is proorganizerslatinas.com.
Thank you all for joining us. Be sure to tune in next time for an all new episode.